Hello, and welcome to Fragments of Stillness, for another moment of reflection. If you appreciate stories that bring peace, depth, and a more attentive look at life, take a moment to subscribe to the channel now and activate the notification bell. We post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 in the morning. Now, take a deep breath, set this time aside for yourself, and let's reflect together. Today, we're going to talk about something that often goes unnoticed: the invisible weight of small decisions. How many times have we overlooked the tiniest details of daily life, thinking they don't really matter? But it's precisely those details that, silently, define the course of our story. It may sound like an exaggeration, but every word we say or leave unsaid, every gesture, every subtle choice, is like a drop of water shaping a stone over time. I invite you now to listen carefully to today's fable. Prepare your heart and mind, because it might offer a new perspective on your own path. It is said that in an ancient village, there lived a man named Elias, known for being very attentive and careful. Every day before leaving his house, he would follow the same ritual: look at the sky, feel the wind, and choose which path to take to work. Sometimes he preferred the dirt road, other times the trail through the trees. One morning, while walking along the trail, he noticed a small stone right in the middle of the path. It was so insignificant that most people wouldn't have seen it. Elias could have simply walked on, ignoring it. But for some reason, he chose to stop, bend down, and gently move the stone aside with his foot. Minutes later, a child ran down that same trail, carefree, passing exactly where the stone had been. Without knowing it, Elias had prevented what could have been a serious fall, perhaps something even worse. But neither he nor the child ever knew. In the village, this story became known as the lesson of the invisible stone. The smallest gesture can hold the greatest destiny. This simple fable invites us to a deep reflection. We live constantly searching for big achievements, waiting for the right opportunities, for radical changes that will transform everything at once. But in reality, life is like a mosaic made of tiny pieces. Each gesture we choose to make, or not make, plays a role. Sometimes it's easier to think, "Oh, this doesn't make a difference," or "It's just a detail, it won't change anything." But these details form a path. Choosing to listen instead of interrupting, choosing to stay silent instead of reacting in anger, choosing to care for something small, like Elias did with the stone, can define whether that day will bring peace or conflict, growth or loss. And we won't always see the consequences right away. In fact, often we will never see them. Life is full of invisible destinies that only reveal themselves with time, or never reveal themselves, yet they still exist. In our daily lives, hurry and anxiety make us forget these details. We tend to believe only grand achievements matter: a promotion, a new car, a big title. But what truly sustains those achievements is the foundation built on small daily decisions. One very simple example: choosing to take care of our health through small habits. Drinking water, getting enough sleep, walking a little each day. None of these actions on their own seem to change much. But over time, they define whether we will have health or illness. Another example: in our relationships. Often, we think maintaining a strong bond depends on grand gestures. But what really sustains a relationship is listening with patience, sending a simple message, remembering a small detail about the other person. Silent, small acts of kindness that, when added up, create deep connections. And perhaps this is the greatest wisdom we can seek: developing attention and care for small things. It's not about living in fear of making mistakes, but about living with more awareness. Because just like Elias, without knowing it, avoided an accident by moving a stone aside, we too may be planting something invisible today that will protect someone tomorrow, or even ourselves. If this reflection touched your heart, I invite you once again to subscribe here to Fragments of Stillness. Activate the bell to receive our videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 in the morning. And share this video with someone who needs a moment of pause and reflection. Always remember, great destinies begin with the quietest steps.